Cam Radio, where we go ham. It's your boy Tony G, Big Lou, Sportsbook. Glad to have you. Heck of a weekend on sports. Unbelievable. College, Penn State, 9 overtimes. We were just talking about that. How long did that game? How long was that game? Was it 4 hours or? No, what might not have been. It was something. Yeah, it was. I mean, that was a crazy.
It was 3 hours. You know, it has changed. It was like a movie. It was a movie of a football game. Man,
it was a movie.
Man,
I like it. It was a movie. There's no. Yeah, that was a crazy weekend in college. We had some. Let me see. Let's see what we got. Cincinnati Navy gave Cincinnati the Bearcats a lot more than I thought they would because they were favored by a ridiculous amount.
Right, I agree.
Had some people. Illinois beat Penn State, and Penn State was heavily favored. You know, that was another one we said 9 overtimes. Kind of crazy. Iowa State beat Oklahoma State.
Wow.
I mean, big. There was a lot of craziness. Trying to see. Ole Miss beat LSU. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Everybody's crying about that. Alabama, Tennessee. Alabama got back their groove. 52-24.
Yeah, it was. At the beginning, I was like, okay, upset city.
Yeah,
Then Alabama got it rolling, and it was over after that.
Yeah, once they got into their groove, they just got going. You know, I mean, that's how. Yeah, once they got in their groove, they were pretty much. Tennessee was out of their class, you know. But in the beginning, though, it did look, you know, it was like, wow, is Alabama going to have more problems?
Right.
But once they got going, it was just definitely a showing you the difference in skill level. There's no doubt about that. Because Tennessee was up by going into the third quarter, Alabama was up by 7 points. Tennessee was up 14-7 first quarter. Then Alabama came back. Then the third quarter came. It's still a close game. I mean, Alabama was – and then the fourth quarter came. Tennessee scores 7 points. Alabama scores 28 and just separated. So it took them a while to get it going, but they definitely got it going. It definitely because it was 31-17. Then it was 24-31.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when they
closed
Alabama
the shop. They just closed the shop.
Yeah, and then they made it 38, 45, 52. Yeah, they just kind of put it on them. But Tennessee game, it was an enjoyment.
It was a great game.
Yeah, great game. So I mean, you can't. That part was great. Man, the weekend NFL, I don't know. I mean, I tell you what, Kansas City's, line, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
The whole line is a different line from the line that went to the Super Bowl and lost. They got some issues.
Yes.
He's taken too much of a hit, too many hits.
Too many.
Way too many. Way too many hits. Yeah.
Way too many turnovers. The defense can't do absolutely anything. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. So you got Derrick Henry.
Right.
Julio Jones. And what's the other receiver? I keep forgetting his name. But he's like their number 1 or 1A. Can't think.
Right.
But yeah, so you got to stop that, and they couldn't do anything with him.
Couldn't do
turnovers. And Patrick Mahomes thinks he's doing too much.
Oh, way too much. They
need a running game. They need a running back bad, which was a problem in Philly for Andy. You would think with Eric Bieniemy there, they would solidify that part,
Yeah.
So they got to get it back. They got to get it back. to take the pressure off Mahomes from having to scramble all the time or do what he does that causes the interceptions. These receivers need to stay after and get some drills in and go back to the basic catching drills, and left a lot out there. And they got problems and they need to revamp what's going on. Now, do I think they are totally destroyed? No. They just need to realize you're a regular football team now. So now we got to go back to the basics, and then we can incorporate everything else and get back to who we are. That's what KC problems is.
I agree. Now, Tennessee, obviously, they're on a run right now, looking good. Tannehill's playing well.
Yes.
Can't really say. So, I mean, my props to them. Now, the Packers and the Washington, Packers had a little problem with the Washington early on, but they managed to again, kind of take it from them. Mm-hmm. But at one point I was like, Washington's giving them a little bit of grief.
Defense,
but it wasn't.
Some
defense. They had some action. Now the Falcons and the Dolphins turned out to be a good game. And the Dolphins, I mean, the poor Dolphins, man, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what they keep talking about Deshaun going there, and I just don't see that fixing their problem. Nothing saying that Deshaun's going to not a great quarterback, but they got some other issues going on there. Yeah. I mean, just they had a lot of first round draft choices. I don't know. I don't know what. A lot of talent don't seem to be on top of. Don't seem to be on top of that talent. That's watch the Patriots. Matt Jones just keeps getting a little bit more mature. Keep working him in the system. And the Jets. The Jets are the Jets. Jets are going to get a number 1 draft choice this year. Another one. That's for sure. But that was a decent game. The Patriots, but the Giants and the Panthers. The Panthers had fallen apart. I mean, all of a sudden, my kid from the Jets is just not. I was like, wow.
Right. I'm right there with you. I was rooting for Donald, but it seems like now he's reverted back to the Jets. Yeah, Sam Donald, and I think Matt Rule realizing that he's not the answer, which is unfortunate because Teddy got a lot of money when he went there, and so did Sam, and they both didn't, prove to be what they thought they would be. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens here in the throughout the rest of the season with this team, especially when now Atlanta is a team you want to watch play now.
Right,
so,
right.
It'll be interesting to see.
Maybe I don't know. I mean, I'm not ready to throw in the towel on them, but they got some other issues.
But
but they definitely. We started off strong and heavy. I mean, their number 1 running back receiver is out. I mean, he's got some. Definitely some work to do there. How about those Bengals beating the Ravens, huh?
Yeah. Handed.
Yeah, 41. Yeah, stuffed him up.
Handedly in Baltimore. So can we? So are they the real deal now? Is the question. Cincinnati the real deal? We gave them 100. We gave them a puncher's chance when we did our playoff rankings. But can we put our foot? Can we put the boot on that now? This is Baltimore. In Baltimore, they put up 41 points on them at home, y'all. And we know that they're division, they're division rival, so they understand how Baltimore works. We get that, but they put a 40 burger in their house, y'all.
Yeah,
y'all let us know.
They stuffed them. Yeah, they definitely stuffed them and proved he could move the ball. The defense stepped up their game. There's no doubt about that. There's a lot of spreads that this week that were just so wide. And it came back to haunt some people on the gambling end of the deal. Watched a little bit. I watched the later quarters of the Raiders and Eagles. Yeah. Raiders win 2 in a row. They got rid of Chucky 2 weeks ago. I thought it was going to be a little bit of turmoil, but it doesn't seem to be.
I'm surprised.
It seems like they're kind of coming together.
Yeah, I'm surprised with the continuity, or maybe is it because John Gruden's like the angry grandpa there? So the angry grandpa is going to, he's going to the home now. So it's a little bit.
I like that's a good. Yeah, that's him. I agree. I mean, because he didn't like Carr when he went there, and I thought, well, geez, Carr's been a pretty good quarterback.
Yes,
hasn't had a lot of protection, taking a lot of hits, and I don't know, maybe because but he's gone, so it doesn't really matter. But I definitely think the Raiders are starting to turn it around again. Yeah. So I think there's some great games we're going to go over. How about the start of the NBA got kicked off? We got the World Series. We got Atlanta and the Astros. Ought to be a very, 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 very good series. I think
so too.
Yeah, and here's the killing part is Atlanta's. I don't know, man. Their bats are so hot right now.
Yeah, like I said, they're in the groove. They're in the groove right now.
They got hot at the right time. That's right. They got hot at the right time. So yeah, I give them a really good chance in the series to win the series. But Atlanta's going to. Not Atlanta, but Houston's going to be very tough.
Yeah.
So because Houston is, in the last 5 years, Houston's been there. They've won it, lost it, won it. So absolutely no doubt. And so what do you think about the Lakers opening up against Golden State? How you think they're looking? How are they looking to you?
Well, with a bunch of stars, you get a bunch of egos. And
yes.
I know all of the sports shows have said what they said, but I'm just gonna make it real easy for y'all. Dwight Howard feels like Anthony Davis has not proven anything for you to tell me anything. So watch him out.
Right.
That's what that was. But Anthony Davis like, hey, I won a chip 2 seasons ago with LeBron, with you two, and I carried us through that. So, and that's what that was. And Russ, we all know what Russ is. Russ is hot. He's 100 degrees and 100 minus, 100 below zero. He's up and down. You got to give Russ time to get affiliated to working around a lot of guys like that. He's never played ball with LeBron before. It's going to take a little time, But
right.
Yeah, these are egos. These are guys that's been in the league, pretty much has been the voices of the places that they've been. And now you come here to win a champ, but you got to check your ego a little bit. So I think that's what it is, Tony. I think it's a bunch of egos, and everybody's got to learn what their spot is and when they can turn it on turn. Well, it'll be fine as the season goes on.
Yeah, I think they'll work it out. If they can stay healthy, they have a very good chance at it. But there's a lot of there's going to be a lot of teams in the hunt. Milwaukee's going to be there.
Yeah.
I think the Knicks are going to be where they were last year.
Mm-hmm. I think they're capable without Kyrie. It's just Harden's
health. So do I.
It's just Harden's health. That's the only thing that's going to, hurt them pretty much.
Yeah, I think they'll put. I'm not saying they're going to win, but they're going to win a bunch of games too. Yeah. The Knicks are going to win a bunch of games. The Jazz is going to win a bunch of games. Mm-hmm. The Suns are going to win. There's going to be a lot of people. Chris Paul went back to the Suns for a reason. Obviously he believes that they have a real shot of winning an NBA title. I wouldn't be surprised if this was his last year, though.
Me either.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. If he went another season, I wouldn't be surprised at that. But I think, I think it's. I would like him to win one. Before he goes, that would be.
I would too.
that'd be kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But there's going to be a lot of great competition this year. There's a lot of talent, and there's a lot of teams. And the Lakers are definitely in the mix of it all. But like I said, they just got to stay. They got to stay healthy. And they got age is not on their side. I think. I think, there's a lot of managing minutes on that team.
Right.
There's going to be. The youngest. Well, not the youngest. AD's really younger out of all of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. He's really one of the most injury prone right there. So, was he 31? Westbrook is older than him. LeBron's older than him.
Yeah.
Rondo, is older than him.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard. So, but he's the one, a lot has to do with him. I think like we've talked about last season. Without him, they're just not so dangerous. Even with the rest, they're still good. Mm-hmm. They're not, nobody's going, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, they're not as dangerous because AD can do as much
everything.
As LeBron, but LeBron is, his basketball IQ is 20 times better.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him dangerous. He can play the 2 to 3 and 2 to 3 to 4 and to 5.
Right.
If needed, And LeBron, he can do everything. So when you got that problem 2 times over, plus you got wing guys that they know how to get open and get them hot, dangerous, it's a dangerous situation, like you say, if they can stay healthy and if they can check their egos and just keep their mind focused on winning the chip. And then you can be the man after that.
Yeah, if they can do that, I agree with you. I think they can. I think they'll. We'll see though. We'll see how the season plays out with all the egos and the injuries. That's definitely a team to. There's, like I said. I wouldn't be surprised if Milwaukee's back in it. And hey, the Milwaukee Brewers, they gave it heck in the MLB playoffs. So I really thought it would have been kind of cool to. They were just a little bit outmanned, outgunned, outfinanced, but they gave it hell. I give them that. Hey, we're going to pay some bills. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to KM Radio and Sportsbook every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. Man, I want to thank all our sponsors, everybody that makes it possible, everybody at the studio. Like I always tell you, go to KM Radio on your page, on the internet, and just press play. And like I said, there's always good music, good shows. There's always something to hear 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. All right, right here on KM Radio, where we go ham.
Man.
KM Radio, where we go ham. It's your boy Tony G, Big Lou, Sportsbook every Tuesday night. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Making it possible. A lot of interesting games. First game coming up, I think this one here is Green Bay Packers and the Arizona Cardinals. Everything that I can see, I don't see Green Bay. I don't see Green. I know Aaron Rodgers always got a way to win. If he does, I'm going to be kind of surprised. Arizona -3. I just feel like Arizona's hot. You know what I mean? And I just don't know. And I just don't know.
Right now.
Yeah. And I just don't know if Green Bay has – I know Green Bay has been winning, but at the same time, they beat Washington.
And A.J. Green, and man, I don't know. Hopkins is a problem.
Yep.
He could do everything. Slide.
Yep.
Go, man. I don't know.
There's no doubt.
Know. And then they're in Phoenix. So
they're in Phoenix.
I don't know. I don't know about this one.
I like Arizona minus the 3.5. The over's 53. What was wrong on some overs last week, like the Kansas City one? When I picked the over on that one, I thought Kansas City was going to score some points, but they scored no points. That was just like, wow, but that could happen because he got injured and that's it. Once he was injured, that's it. There was nothing because who's Kansas City's backup quarterback? I don't know.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably should know, but I don't know.
Right.
So that was it. All the over just went right down. It was just that one.
Yeah, that took nose dive.
Yeah. So yeah, I like Arizona. I like Arizona over Green Bay. I think of course Rodgers is going to keep him in. There's no doubt Rodgers is going to keep him in there. But I think I don't know. I think Arizona is just going to pull off on them. I think it's going to be close, a quarter or two, and then you're going to see why Arizona's in the shape that it's in. So kind of go from there. Game 2 is Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. I'm a Bills fan, but there's 14 points. That's a lot of points to gamble on if you want to bet the Bills straight up money, but you're going to have to bet a lot to win anything because the points could, because these two teams have played each other, I don't know, 150 times. They're divisional games, so they know each other very well. I do like the over. I like the Bills to win. Like I said, the point spread's a little much. But I do like. Now, I'm gonna tell you what we did touch base on last segment, and I kind of my fault. Chicago, you move this kid to be the quarterback, right? But you're not giving him anything. I forgot to, they're playing. We can get to that, but they're not giving him anything to work with. He looked very frustrated yesterday, sitting on the bench with his helmet up, and that look on his face was just like, why am I here? What am I doing here? He doesn't have any help. You know what I mean? There's no, and the bad part is there's no help coming.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's, what do you say? I mean, it's just, and I hate to see him. I hate to see another young quarterback, just get wasted and thrown off to the side because I think that's what's happening to Tua, taking a beating. I hope not, but I just, they bring him in and they want them to save the, they want them to save the day, and it's just. Yeah,
nothing to work with. It's a work in progress.
The Buccaneers they were all over. They were all over them. I just didn't have a. Now here's one where we're going back and forth. Here's one where the spread was the Rams were minus 16. They just barely beat the Lions.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that was another one where some people jumped on. And I was like, well, man, that's a big spread.
Yeah,
and
but
the
Lions to be onside kicking in the first quarter and doing 2 fake punts.
They were playing to win, man.
But
no,
they put out all the stops.
They did. They really did. It was really a great. Yeah, it was a good game.
Campbell is starting to show that although he's a little quirky on the podium. He's not one of those type of coaches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
he's definitely not. And and the Cards beat up on the Texans. That wasn't a surprise.
Right.
Now their game last night with the Colts and the 49ers, that storm was brutal.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. But Wentz looked good, just like you said, if he could stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't that Jimmy G didn't look good. It just that weather was just. The fumbles and the miss. it was just much.
Yeah, the drop passes. Just testament to the weather.
Yeah, it was just brutal. But a heck of a game to watch. Like I said, that weather was brutal. So the next game we're going to go to is Carolina Panthers and Atlanta. Atlanta's playing at home. They always play good at home. And Atlanta's not bad. They just can't seem to put it together. Ever since the Super Bowl debacle, they've just, if it was going to go wrong, it was going to go wrong in Atlanta. Right. You know what I mean? It's
they just lost their juice.
Yeah, they gave up so many leads.
Yeah.
they gave up so many leads last year, 4 or 5 leads in the third and fourth quarters, and just fell apart. And they've never been over. It doesn't seem like they've ever overcome it. Because when you watch them play, I mean, and they still got a good quarterback. I don't care what they keep wanting to dismiss
still
him.
A good quarterback.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, but Carolina Panthers are in some problems. Like I said, they got a lot of injuries. I like Atlanta at home in the dome, -2. That's I like that. The over, you got to have 2 teams. It's 46. It's low enough it's attracting me, but it's not enough to not enough to get me there. But I definitely like Atlanta. Next game is Philadelphia and the Detroit Lions. Detroit's playing at home. They're +3. This is one I'd probably stay away from gambling, but I will watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna put money on it. Yeah, but it'll be a good, interesting game. It'll be an interesting game. But nothing I want to bet on because there's no telling who shows up for this as far as quarterback wise, team wise. Because Philly, I don't know. The kid's still having problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
throw picks.
They're too up and down for me.
Yeah, that's why I said this is
same with Detroit.
This is one.
They play weird games. It's like when they win weird, and then they lose weird. So it's like, hard to predict.
Yeah. So one to watch, not one to gamble on. Now the next game we got the Tennessee Titans, Indianapolis Colts. This is going to be a good game. Colts are well coached. Tennessee's on fire. Again, I know Tannehill is playing pretty good. But if you take Henry from him, or if you, I say that, and I think yesterday Henry only had like 85 yards. It wasn't like he killed them, so I can't even. But usually if you take Henry from him and you stuff him and you let him win the game, it doesn't really come. But he played well yesterday. But Indy's +1. This is basically a pick on +1. The over's 49. Like I said, Indy's at home. I think this is one I'm going to have to really do some research on the injured reserve. It's still early in the week, and so I don't know who's. So this one I'm going to leave out until Sunday till I can look at all the injured reserve and make sure Wentz is playing, make sure he's not hurt,
right?
And a couple other key players. Because I don't want to get down there and go, oh man, I didn't realize that he's not playing. Because you take away the stars and it kind of changes everything. So what do you think? You think Tennessee's stoppable, or what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think Tennessee's stoppable. I think so because it's a different type of defense now, and the Colts are solid in the secondary, more solid than KC is right now. So
yes, that's true.
And they're at home, and they're a tough team to beat at home. So, I'm with you. If they can contain Derrick Henry and keep Tannehill underneath, then the Colts got it. But if Tannehill gets Julio long, or if, he gets one of his other receivers down the field, then it's going to be a race. It's going to be a shootout. And can Carson Wentz shoot out with Ryan Tannehill right now? And, it remains to be seen. Although he did look very well. He did look very well yesterday, or Sunday. So, yeah. Yeah. If they keep Tannehill underneath, they can get that victory.
6, 7, 8. Ooh, okay. I totally agree. Like I said, that's a game I'm looking at Sunday about gambling. Los Angeles Rams, Houston Texans. Again, these are big point spreads. Do I think LA is going to win the game? Yeah, 14.5 is a lot. Like I said, the money line's minus 910. And that's just, yeah. So the over's 46.5. I kind of dig the over. I don't know about the points. I have to think about them. They come down a little. I mean, if it came down to 10, I think I'd be more apt on the Rams. Because I don't know. Because like I said, anything can happen, and they could take their foot off the gas. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. Sometimes they take their foot off the gas.
Right.
And the over, you need two teams to score. It can't just be one. That's just kind of it's just kind of what it is.
Yeah.
The next game is Cincinnati Bengals, New York Jets, 9.5. That's where they're at today. I like Cincinnati -9 to what we saw them due to the Ravens. I don't expect the Jets to do much. Their starting quarterback is injured. The over's 50. The over's 43. I mean, I really like Cincinnati and the over. I mean, I mean, everybody's healthy that I know of. Again, Burrows is I mean, I don't know. Wait till Saturday. It shouldn't go up. It may go up a point, 2 points. If it goes up like 5, I mean, then they killed you on that as far as but yeah, right now the way it sits, 9.5 and the over 43. I think that makes a nice little package right there. Yeah. Let me put this down. We'll go back. All right. Next game. This is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be Pittsburgh Steelers and Cleveland Browns. Who you like?
Wow. Cleveland at home. Got Case Keenum under center, but he's been under center all week. He'll be under center all week this week.
Yeah.
Baker's a little better than Case, because Case did get, he had Minnesota in the playoffs.
He did. Yeah, he did.
So it's not, there's not that much, space in between, but that's just my opinion, y'all. But I just, but you got Roethlisberger and Pittsburgh, and it seems like they're starting to get their niche back
a little bit, yeah.
But I like Cleveland. I like Cleveland roster better. They got more talent to me right now at home. I think they can squeeze a victory out there. They can squeeze that victory out of Case Keenum. Plays within the playbook. If he's upright, I think they can get him.
I think you're right. I think Cleveland has the talent. There's no doubt that they have a bunch of talent. And I liked him a couple years ago when he was with Minnesota. That was his big run. You know what I mean? That was his kind of claim to fame. Didn't do much after that when he got traded off. Made some money. Because to me, really, Cleveland has been an underachiever. You know what I mean? They're just not. And I think maybe this may be it'd be an evaluation about Baker, I guess, especially if Keenan can come in and get get them really moving in the direction they need to move. And the over's 42. I'm not against the over because I think Big Ben and them are going to score some points. And Cleveland's got they got good running backs. It's not like they don't. They can control the tempo of the game. But yeah, I'm leaning towards. I'm with you on the Cleveland. I think they can squeeze one out. I think it's going to be a good game. It's always a good game, Pittsburgh and Cleveland. But I'm with you. I think Cleveland -3.5 at home with the over. Like I said, Pittsburgh's $1.60. $1.60 plus on the money line. Cleveland's 190. Let's go with Cleveland. Cleveland and the over. We can do that. we'll see what happens on. How long is Baker out for? 3 weeks?
I think 3 to 4 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks, that long. So, I mean, he can get on a run. Like I said, he took Minnesota. I mean, he was a backup quarterback. He can he's one of them quarterbacks that can come in.
Head coach knows him well. He brought him over from Minnesota. So he can definitely draw up something. Him and the offensive coordinator can draw up some stuff that he's familiar with that'll work now that he's got a set of running backs and he's got some pretty good receivers over there too.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine. Like I said, we'll go Cleveland at home with the over. Look, we're going to go pay some bills. Want to thank everyone again for tuning in every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. Like I said, man, go to WWKM Radio, and there's always great listening, great shows, always great programming. We're on. Many, many shows are on. So let's go pay some bills right here on KM Radio. Where we go ham.
Ham.
KM Radio, we go ham. It's your boy Tony G, Big Lou, the Sports Book Tuesday. We're on the air. Lou, you got some. So what's the difference? You said it's pro stock.
Yeah. Well, it's NHRA. I want to just say congratulations. I represent Stanfield Racing. And I want to say congratulations to Greg Stanfield for taking home the Wally in the NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals super stock division. He's been racing there for about 40. He said he's been racing for 40 years and he's never won. This is his first time winning at Thunder Valley, taking home a Wally from there. So congratulations to Greg and the Stanfield Racing team for smoking the trail once again. Aaron was at home. He's got a little one on the way, so he was with his wife. Congratulations to them for what's coming to them. She hasn't, had it yet, but congratulations for that. So, yeah, congratulations, Greg. Thanks for all the training and everything. Smoke the trail. Salute. Congratulations. See you when you get back.
Now, is that circle track or is that dragster?
Drag.
Okay.
I'll put a link. I'll email it to you, but for everyone else, I'll put a link in the description and you can see the race. Yeah, he has a 90s model IROC Camaro, and it's brought home a lot of Wallies for him. And it's a great moment. It's a great moment for him.
That's cool. That's cool. Anything local is always kind of cool to mention our people that are from our area doing great things. Well, cool deal. Going back to football, we just came off Cleveland, Pittsburgh. Here's one that throws me a little bit for a loop. They got San Fran playing Chicago Bears. San Fran's only minus 3.5. I don't get that.
Me either.
Is Jimmy playing? Is Jimmy hurt? Let's look at that. If Jimmy's hurt.
Yeah. According to the head coach, it's whichever one can go. He hasn't made a decision on who's starting yet, but who's
Matt Jones? Not Matt Jones. I said Matt Jones.
If Trey Lance is healthy and he can go, if he's healthier, then he'll get it. If Jimmy G's good, then he'll get it. So I guess he said he hasn't determined yet. So I guess he's basing on whoever is more healthy to play. They're going to play. They're going to start. So, but,
man, if he can keep Jimmy G healthy and the kid, because now the kid's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess if you could rotate him out, I like San Fran. I mean, with Jimmy G playing, I like San Fran all day, and I like the over at 40.
Right.
Like I said the other day, Sunday's game. I mean, I don't think you could be that critical of Jimmy, I mean, now with that weather, just like it was a monsoon, people were dropping passes. I mean, it really wasn't anything I was, that's Jimmy's fault. It was just bad. The balls were wet. It was just a bad, whoever was left standing, and the Colts took the opportunity. Wentz played good. But there was a lot of drop passes.
Yes.
And I don't, but I like San Fran. And because to me, San Fran's defense is going to be all over the Bears. You know what I mean? Because like I said, the kid just doesn't have anything. And I like San Fran. So let's talk about these guys. New England Patriots. I like how the kid's coming. What do you think? You think he's moving in the right direction?
I'm liking the way I'm liking the way Matt Jones is developing or progressing, I would say. You know, he fit. There was the perfect landing spot for him. Perfect.
Right.
You know, because they're going to gradually let you grow into being a downfield quarterback. You know, we're going to keep it simple for you first, and then we're going to, let you progress a little bit. And they're starting to do that. And he's starting to cook a little bit. He looked great Sunday. You know. He looks the part. He very looks the part. You know, despite my bad English, but I'm liking what I see out of him, and I do think that they can pull that off. To be honest with you, well,
so do I.
Yeah, I do think they can
have
pull
a
that
shot.
off. They got a shot.
Yeah, it's 4 and
Justin Herbert is if his pot is hotter than Matt Jones, then it's done. It's done.
I agree. I agree. So it's really going to come down to. I think a lot of it's going to come down to can New England's defense rattle him up. I mean, the Chargers have a great they have a great front four, but the secondary is questionable. You know, I mean, you could go, well, if he could, and and they're going to have 82 different schemes trying to, different looks for him, and they're going to, I'm sure the line's going to be prepared. But I'm leaning towards New England. Like I said, one thing about the Chargers, I've seen them make a lot of mistakes. Great team, but boy, they make a lot of stupid penalties. A lot of, and that's the kind of stuff you just can't do against Belichick.
No.
Is because he'll figure out how. That's the one. I mean, if the Chargers come and they play the way they should, they're going to beat New England. But there is a good chance that they're going to come and fumble, and I mean, just fumble around and get stupid penalties, and Herbert's going to stumble around. I mean, he's a great quarterback, but they're inconsistent,
right?
And they make a lot of mistakes. I like New England. I mean, I'm going to go with New England the way kids been playing. I know we didn't play anybody yesterday, but not yesterday, but Sunday. But the thing is he's coming along. He's really progressing. So I'm leaning towards, like I said, New England with the 5.5.
Okay.
Next one is going to be Washington football team, the Denver Broncos. Broncos just not having a year.
Cannot get the quarterback right.
Can't get it right. Cannot. I mean, they're I don't know. I mean, they're 3-4. You know what's funny is they're 3-4. Vegas is 5-2, and really they're in the hunt of it. You know, really when you look at it like that, they're Kansas City's 3-4, the Chargers are 4-2. You know, they win if they win. If Denver wins, they're 4-4. And the Chargers lose, they're 4-3. I mean, they're not far off, but they're in the ballpark. But they need to get the quarterback situation. In this 3.5, and the Washington football team is going to. It could go. I don't know. This might be one I stay away from. It could
go either way. You know, Washington is just one of those teams that don't beat the teams that you expect them to beat. On paper, they're better than the team they're playing, but they don't show up on the field sometimes. It makes them, and that's another team that's a hard bet. Because what the stats lay out, which goes into the analytics of what the numbers should be, don't show up on the field. So it's sometimes it does because it had to for them to get, the data. But sometimes it don't show up on the field. And that's what, makes you pull all your little hair out your head when you do. When you do decide. So
it's kind of a
I don't know, Tony.
I'll watch it. I don't know if I'm going to bet on it. I'll look at it on Sunday. We'll go from there. And here's another one that's this is all everything's happening on Halloween. They got the Cowboys playing Minnesota, and the Cowboys are only -1.5.
Which is surprising to me.
I know it is surprising
because Dallas has been putting some numbers up.
Dallas has
been along with the winning. Dak's been, those guys have been putting up numbers. So
they have. I can't say anything. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but then it becomes that you are really hating. And the Cowboys are on fire. The offense is looking good. So I still think the secondary and I still think secondary and linebackers can be. But hey, everybody's got a weak spot on their team. Yeah. It's not just them. In Minnesota, like I said, Minnesota playing at home +1. The Cowboys are coming off a bye. I'm expecting them to be well rested.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what Vegas is. I mean, this is one that because it's only 1.5. It's I don't see it switching unless there's an injury that they're waiting on to throw upon us. And, for us to go, oh, man, that's I don't see the I got to say Dallas. I mean, I just don't see the Minnesota's 3-3. They got a good running attack. Cousins is, that. Cousins is Cousins. I mean, I don't know which one's coming to the game that day. Right. So I don't, you know what I mean? But the way the Cowboys have been playing, the Cowboys -1.5, and I like the over on this. I do. I like the Cowboys, and I like the over. I don't know unless there's something. Is there something you're reading on Minnesota that Minnesota's is this close? Because I would think this would be a 7-point spread on this.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Tony, because I don't see anything, especially with them being 3-3, and I may need to put up their schedule to see who they beat, Yeah,
that's true.
I don't. It's hard to say, but like you say, they're in Minnesota, so it's a different team. But it depends on if Cousins depends on which cousin shows up.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. Next game is New York Giants and the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, if Mahomes doesn't play, this is going to be a tight game. Yeah. Well, I don't even know. You say that, or I say that, and they got an offensive line problem. I mean, they got weapons out the kazoo, and they only scored 3 points yesterday. Yeah. It was Sunday. And that's crazy because Tennessee you can score on. You know what I mean? The Bills lost to them. We put up some numbers. I mean, it was a tight game, but I was expecting, Kansas City to put up some. And there was nothing. He threw for 200 yards, had an interception, and then he took that hit. Mm-hmm. Just like you were saying about him trying to do too much.
Absolutely.
Trying to carry. I don't know about this game. Like I said, I'd have to wait till Sunday and see. The Giants are bad. Let's start there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They are playing in Kansas City, and Kansas City's got a lot of problems. And we're trying to wait. We don't know if he's going to play yet because they haven't given him a concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Now there's another one
test, on the field, but he still has to undergo the,
protocol for concussion.
Right.
Now there's another one and this is kind of interesting, is I don't know if they could afford him. I don't know if he would be a fit there. I mean, having Cam there as a backup. I mean, what's Cam? I mean, Cam, I don't know what New England gave him. I can't remember. They gave him $5 million, $8 million to be
backup. He's not expensive.
Yeah.
Not for the level of talent that he can bring.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know. I mean, have the money to spend. Because I mean, there's going to be. I mean, we are in 6 games of the season.
Right.
We have 11 more games to go. We have 11 more weeks. So, if Kansas City's having health issues now, or Jimmy or San Fran, I mean, it could get worse.
Right.
It could get better, but it could get worse. I don't see the. It's kind of crazy how the. Let me see. I'm trying to pull up. See what else we got. Kind of crazy how this week will be. The week will play out with all the injuries because, man, they're starting to pile up. You know what I mean? It's been really crazy.
It's been brutal. It's been brutal these last couple. These 6 games in, and
Detroit's 7 games in. They're 0-7.
Yeah, 0-7.
Like I said, I believe they're going to get a number 1 draft choice. They're another one. I mean, it's a shame though. Some of the great players that they've had that only play there for 9 years and leave.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because that's pretty much tells you it's a bad situation to be in. I mean, Green Bay's 6-1. I'm looking over some schedules. Houston is 1-6. They're probably going to get a number 1 draft choice. I'm handing out number 1 draft choice today. That's my job today. Handing them out. I'm handing out. Right. But I don't know. You're looking at it. Dallas is 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
The Raiders are 5-2. Turned it around.
Yep.
1-3, lost 2, then came back to win the other 2. And then Cincinnati's 5-2. Baltimore's 5-2. Cleveland's 4-3. Buffalo's 4-2. New England's 3-4. The Jets are 1-5. Miami's 1-6. I don't know what Miami's doing with all that talent. I mean, they had an unbelievable amount of first-round draft choice, and Tua, I think, could really be something. And they're not. I mean, he doesn't have the protection. He doesn't have. I mean, it's just. I don't know. They're just trying to make. To me, they're just trying to make him. Almost like they're trying to make him the bad guy. So when they do get rid of him, it will be like, well, it wasn't our fault.
Right.
That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's kind of like they were. It seems like they were never. They took him because he was the best that they could get at that position at the time.
At the time.
Or whatever. And then so to them, it was like, okay, we got him. Maybe we can. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I feel like they've never been totally behind him from the get-go. And I could be wrong, but it just seems like looking at the product they put on the field and how they handle them. But look, guys, man, it's been another great show. Lou, I appreciate you, buddy. Every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, KM Radio, love talking sports, gambling. Like I told you guys, some of them spreads wait till Sunday.
Yeah.
Because we don't know who's going to hurt. I mean, we don't know what else is going to come out. Or Wednesday, Thursday. We don't know if Mahomes is going to play. There's a lot of things. Jimmy G, we don't know who's playing. That's going to change.
Right.
But it is all good. And I want to thank everybody with our KM family for always supporting us, and we always support the station. All right, guys, we'll see you next Tuesday night right here on KM Radio. We go ham.